A fit gal. She said, I don't gotta acknowledge nobody. This is my book. It's a booktube channel and you can't read. I think my book just got here. I'm easily entertained. They said the dragons talk. That was all I needed to know. Can she read? What's it giving here? What's up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be my first book haul of 2025. These are all the books that I've bought since the year has started. I do have a book coming in the mail. Hopefully it gets here before we're done here. But if not, then I'll just put it at the end and put it on the screen. The giveaway winner was chosen, so congratulations to her. I will be doing another giveaway. I'm not sure which milestone I want to do it for yet. Probably around like my 500 subscriber. I'll probably do another giveaway then, and we'll see what it's looking like. If I want to do one giveaway winner, two giveaway winners, we'll see. But that's when the time gets here. With that being said, we're gonna jump right into this book haul because I think I have 13 or 14 books. But yeah. So let's get into it. First book we have in the lineup is Yellowface by R.F. Kuang. I've been wanting this book since I saw it going around on TikTok. I love the cover. That's what really sold me. Yellow is my favorite color, if you didn't know. Yellowface explores the complex dynamics of the publishing world through the story of June Hayward, a struggling white author who, after the sudden death of her Asian American friend Athena Liu, makes a morally questionable decision to publish a manuscript she secretly stole, posing as Athena, and appropriating her cultural identity to achieve literary success. The novel examines themes of cultural appropriation, privilege, and the dark side of fame within the literary landscape, all told through a satirical lens. So I've heard this is really good, and a lot of people, I've heard all of R.F. Kuang's books are really good. I think at this point I have all of her books now. I have Babel or Babel. I'm not really sure how to pronounce it. I've heard it both ways. And I have the entire Poppy War trilogy, and now I have Yellowface. And then I know she has, I think it's called Calabasas. That comes out, I believe, this year or next year. I'll put it on screen. But I have all of her books now, and I really cannot wait to read this. I honestly feel like I'm probably going to read this one first before I get into Babel and the Poppy War trilogy. The next book I picked up is Quicksilver by Callie Hart. There it is. This cover is just so beautiful. Like with the butterfly, that little silver tear he has right there. Like, what's it giving here? You know? Not really sure what this book is about. I seen it going around on TikTok. Bookish by Tammy. I think I say her name in every video at this point. She read this. She said it was good. If I'm not mistaken, she gave it a really high rating, 4.55 stars, somewhere along there. And y'all know I take her recommendations very seriously because a lot of the books she's recommended that I've read have been really good. So I got this. Do I know what it's about? Not really. Really quickly, I'll read the back. It says 24-year-old Sarah Fain is good at keeping secrets. No one knows about the strange powers she possesses or the fact that she has been picking pockets and stealing from the Undying Queen's reservoirs for as long as she can remember. In the land of the unforgiving desert, there isn't much a girl wouldn't do for a glass of water. But sooner or later, every secret comes out. When Cyrus comes face to face with death himself, she inadvertently reopens a gateway between realms and is transported to a land of ice and snow. The Fae, oh, it has Fae. The Fae have always been the stuff of myth, of legend, of nightmares. But it turns out they're real. And Cyrus has landed right in the middle of a centuries-long conflict that might just get her killed. The first of her kind to tread the frozen mountains of Evelia? Evelia? In over 1,000 years. Cyrus mistakenly binds herself to Kingfisher, a handsome Fae warrior who has secrets and nefarious agendas of his own. He will use her alchemist's magic to protect his people, no matter what it costs him, ... or her. So, I can't wait to read this. It sounds like it's going to be really good. She's a thick baby, okay? But, the font's pretty big. I think we could get through it. Let's see. How many pages is it? Wait, does it go all the way to there? No acknowledgements or nothing? Callie Hart? No acknowledgements or nothing. 45 chapters, 609 pages. She said, I don't gotta acknowledge nobody. This is my book. Ooh, I like this. Oh, it has a pronunciation guide. Ceres. It's not helping because I swear I still think I said that wrong. Next book I got, and I know a lot of people have actually had not so great things to say about this book, but I really wanted to give it a try just because I really like the plot. I like what the story is about. I feel like it's a good story and I want to see how it was written just to give my thoughts on it because I'm easily entertained. So I might give this book 5 stars where other people gave it like 3, 2, 2.5, 3.5. I might give it 5 stars. I might be the person that really enjoys this book. A Novel Love Story by Ashley Poston. So this book follows a character who she was gonna take a trip with her best friends. I think it was her book club, meet up at an Airbnb to have like their book club meeting or whatever. It's like an annual thing for them. And this one year, I guess they decided they weren't all gonna come, but she still wanted to go by herself. And on her way there, her car breaks down in the town of her favorite romance novel, and she basically has to help the main characters fall in love or something like that. I'm not 100% sure on the synopsis. Okay, so I had it somewhat right. She ends up trapped inside of her favorite romance's town, like the town from her favorite romance series, and it's perfect, but it's perfectly frozen, and she's trapped in the late author's last unfinished story. And so she basically feels like she's there because she has to help the story find its ending. And so I feel like that's a really good plot. I feel like that would be so cool, honestly. I also really love the color of this cover, and this cover in general I just think is really pretty. I think my book just got here, and it did. On my list of 25 books that I want to read in 2025, this was one of them. It just came out on the 14th of January, and that is The Favorites by Lane Fargo. This is another Bookish by Tammy recommendation. This is about 2 Olympian figure skaters, I believe. They're married, but they also skate together, like they're partners on the ice. This basically follows their life on and off of the ice and all of the things that they deal with while being a married couple, but also being partners in this Olympic sport. This has mixed media. They do interviews, and I believe it has like newspaper. I don't want to spoil anything for myself, but I believe it has like newspaper articles and things like that in it. Yeah, you can see the interview where they have it written out. But basically this just follows the couple and their issues on and off of the ice. So I can't wait to read this. I love mixed media in books, and I feel like this has a really good plot line. I haven't read anything that involves like sport, like any kind of sport. So I'm excited to read this and hopefully maybe find a new author that I like. I got Done and Dusted by Lila Sage. The Rebel Blue Ranch series. I think there are 3 books out now. I heard this one is not the greatest, but I heard that it gets better as the series moves on. This follows Clementine and Luke. For the first time in her life, Clementine Emmy Ryder has no idea what she's doing. She's accomplished everything on her to-do list. She left her small hometown of Meadowlark, Wyoming, went to college, and made a career for herself by doing her favorite thing, riding horses. But after an accident makes it impossible for her to get back into the saddle, she has no choice but to return to the hometown she always wanted to escape. Luke Brooks is Meadowlark's most notorious bad boy, bar owner, and bachelor. He's also the unofficial 5th member of the Ryder family. As Emmy's older brother's best friend. Oh, so brother's best friend. Gotcha. Luke spent most of his childhood antagonizing her. It's been years since he's seen her, but when she walks into his bar and back into his life, he can't take his eyes off of her. Against his better judgment, he wants to do a whole lot more than just look at her. Oh, all right, Luke. Nasty. Emmy's got too much on her mind to think about romance, and Luke knows he should stay away from his best friend's younger sister. But what if Luke is just what Emmy needs to get her spark back? Or will they both go up in flames? So we'll see. We'll see. Oh, what is that? Don't do this to me. Somebody was just on TikTok complaining about how they put the sensory tag inside of the book on the page. And I really think that I just saw that. Smack dab in the middle of the page. I will cry. They did. It's coming off though. That has never happened to me before. How crazy is that? So another one of my most anticipated reads for 2025 is Real by Kennedy Ryan. This cover is so beautiful. I really like it. It's so like metallic-y. It's so pretty. And it's the whole thing is like that. So anyways, this follows a Broadway actress and a director, if I'm not mistaken. Neva Saint is ready for the spotlight after months as an understudy. It's a booktube channel and you can't read. Neva Saint is ready for the spotlight. After months as an understudy, this is her night to shine. She never imagined he would watch in the audience. Cannon Holt, famous film director, fascinating, talented, and fine. Before she can catch her breath, everything is changing. Neva goes from backstage Broadway to center stage Hollywood, from being unknown to having her name on everyone's lips when Cannon casts her in a star-studded Harlem Renaissance biopic. That alone sold me because I really love things centered around the Harlem Renaissance. Something about that era and time just really pulls me in. Like, I love the Harlem Renaissance so much. I only know little bits and bobs about it, but I really love the Harlem Renaissance. So when I know that that's going to be inside of a book, I want to read it 100 times more, because that's just like my favorite era and time is the Harlem Renaissance, because I just feel like it was so creative. Like, there was poetry, there was music, there were singers, songwriters. Like, it was just such a great time. And I feel like people who got to experience that experience like a whole other like thing. I don't know why. In my mind, it just seems such like a magical time. But forbidden attraction, scandal, and circumstances beyond Neva's control soon put her dream in jeopardy. Could this one shot, the role of a lifetime, the love of a lifetime, cost her everything? And this contains an all-new bonus epilogue, so had to get it. Can't wait to read this. I know it's going to be really good. This is also mixed media. It includes interviews, if I'm not mistaken, and it includes the script of the movie that they're working on. This is one of my like suspected 5-star reads for this year. The next book I got is Only for the Weak by Natasha Bishop. I don't know if y'all are noticing a theme here, but a lot of these books were on my 2025 must read. So this is a series. I think I said that, but this is also a series. I love this cover so much. It looks so much better in person. Like, the camera is not doing it justice. This book follows her, who is the bridesmaid to her sister and the ex-girlfriend to the groom. This man is one of the groomsmen, and his name is Rome, right? It is. His name is Rome. He tells her they need to just let bygones be bygones and just go ahead and get down with the get down. Like, stop playing these games and just go ahead and get down with the get down. You know what I'm saying? And she says, okay, but only for the week. Right? Only for a week. So that's what this is about. I heard it's spicy, you know, and it takes place in Tulum, which is my dream place. The next book I got is Frederick Bachman's Anxious People. I've only read one short story by Frederick Bachman. It was a weird one. I mean, his writing style was great. I enjoyed the writing. I just think the story was a weird one to start with, but this is called Anxious People, and I'm going to read the back because I'm not good at explaining books, apparently. So, looking at real estate isn't usually a life or death situation, but an apartment open house becomes just that when a failed bank robber bursts in and takes a group of 8 strangers hostage. Each of them carries a lifetime of grievances, hurts, secrets, and passions that are ready to boil over. None of them is entirely who they appear to be. In short, they are the worst group of hostages in the world, but as the minutes tick by, they begin to suspect that the criminal mastermind holding them hostage might be more in need of rescuing than they are. As the authorities and the media surround the premises, these reluctant allies will reveal surprising truths about themselves and set in motion a chain of events so unexpected that even they can hardly explain what happens next. Anxious People is an ingeniously constructed story about the enduring power of friendship, forgiveness, and hope, the things that save us, even in the most anxious of times. If this has any of the humor that The Answer Is No had, then I feel like this is actually going to be funny, because he does humor really well, but it's like weird humor. So I feel like this is going to be good, and I can't wait to read it. The next book I got, which is way thicker than I thought it was going to be, is The Nightingale by Kristen Hanna. I almost said Hannah Grace. Apparently this is soon to be a motion picture played by the Fanning sisters. With courage, grace, and powerful insight, best-selling author Kristen Hanna can she read? Captures the epic panorama of World War II and illuminates an intimate part of history seldom seen, the Women's War. The Nightingale tells the stories of two sisters separated by years and experienced by ideals, passion, and circumstance, each embarking on her own dangerous path towards survival, love, and freedom in German-occupied, war-torn France. A heartbreakingly beautiful novel that celebrates the resilience of the human spirit and the durability of women. It is a novel for everyone, a novel for a lifetime. I know this book is going to make me cry. I've seen everybody cry as they're reading it. So I'm expecting to cry while reading this. I've also heard that it's very slow. I heard it's very slow to get through. But if you stick with it, you're rewarded with a great ending. And so can't wait to get into it. She's a fit gal. The next book I got is Between Friends and Lovers by Charlene Obuobi. That's a cool last name, Obuobi. To thousands of Instagram followers, Josephine Boateng is the dazzling Dr. JoJo, and her opinions on health and self-love matter. Her message, be smart, be significant, and do not put up with foolish men. Off camera, Jo's story is more complicated. She's grappling with depression and the pressures of her career, and her love life is non-existent. Thanks to a decade-long unrequited crush on her best friend, rom-com heartthrob, Ezra Alderman. I love the name Ezra. But when Ezra shows up to his 30th birthday party with her childhood bully on his arm, Jo realizes it's time to take her own advice. No one is more shocked than Malcolm Waters when his debut novel transforms him into a literary darling, the type who gets invited to a swanky party to discuss film opportunities. Rubbing elbows with entertainment's elite could be great for his career, except he's terrible with people. Just when Malcolm is ready to escape, he's rescued by none other than Dr. JoJo. He's been following her on social media for years, and she's even more impressive in real life. And to his bewilderment, the admiration seems mutual. But Jo, Ezra, and Malcolm exist in a world where the line between private and public is as blurred as the one between friendship and love. The question is, can they risk defining those lines to create something real? That is Between Friends and Lovers. So the next book I have, Spark of the Everflame by Penn Cole. Let's see if we can read this without messing up a word. In a mortal world colonized by the gods and ruled over by the Descended, their cruel, magic-wielding offspring, Diem Bellator, yearns to escape the insular life of her poor village. Her mother's sudden disappearance and the discovery of a dangerous secret about her past offer Diem an unexpected opportunity to enter the dark world of Descended royalty and unlock the web of mysteries her mother left behind. With the dying king's handsome, enigmatic heir watching her every move and a ruthless rebel alliance recruiting her to join the growing civil war, Diem will have to navigate the unwritten rules of love, power, and politics in order to save her family and all of mortal kind. This collectible hardcover edition includes an exclusive bonus chapter from Luther's point of view. Period. I've been wanting to read this for so long. So long. Ever since I first started really getting into fantasy and like looking up fantasy series to get into. We have Legendborn by Tracy Deonn. I have been putting this off for the longest time because this is YA and I really don't want to read any more YA books. But for some odd reason, there is not a lot of Black adult fantasy. I am going to give this a try because I've heard really good things about it. I actually haven't heard any bad things about it at all. A lot of people recommend this book, so I'm going to get into it. I feel like a lot of fantasy books start off with someone dying. The mother always dies, and that's what sends the child onto this like revenge path. Why does the mom always die in these books? Why is it always the matriarchy? It's always the matriarch. It's never the dads. After her mother dies in an accident, 16-year-old Bree Matthews wants nothing to do with her family memories or childhood home. A residential program for bright high schoolers seems like the perfect escape until Bree witnesses a magical attack her very first night on campus. A flying demon feeding on human energies, a secret society of so-called Legendborn students that hunt the creatures down, and a mysterious teenage mage who calls herself a Merlin and who attempts and fails to wipe Bree's memory of everything she saw. The magic's failure reveals Bree's own unique magic and a buried memory with a hidden connection. The night her mother died, another Merlin was at the hospital. Now that Bree knows there's more to her mother's death than what's on the police report, she'll do whatever it takes to find out the truth, even if that means infiltrating the Legendborn as one of their initiates. She recruits Nick, a self-exiled Legendborn with his own grudge against the group, and their reluctant partnership pulls them deeper into the society's secrets and closer to each other. But when the Legendborn revealed themselves as the descendants of King Arthur's knights and explained that a magical war is coming, Bree has to decide how far she'll go for the truth and whether she should use her magic to take the society down or join the fight. It also takes place in my home state. I was about to say hometown. It takes place in my home state of North Carolina. So I can't wait to read this. Another Black author on the list, and also a fantasy. So then I got the last one by Rachel Housel Hall. I've never heard of this author before, but when I was on TikTok doing some research, I found this book and I found this author. The edges are sprayed. They have little mushrooms on the side. It's all over. Can't wait to read this. And I want to show y'all. Look. Oh my God. Y'all, I love me a beautiful book. Like, this is beautiful even without the dust jacket. Like, I love it so much. Look at this book. Oh my God. But that's not even the best part. Are you fucking kidding me? Do y'all see how beautiful that is? This is actually what I want my next tattoo to be. I want a moth on my back arm, right above my elbow. Thrown into a desolate land of sickness and unnatural beasts, Kai wakes in the woods with no idea who she is or how she got there. All she knows is that if she cannot reach the Sea of Devour, even this hellscape will get worse. But when she sees the village blacksmith fight invaders with unspeakable skill, she decides to accept his offer of help. Too bad he's as skilled at annoying her as he is at fighting. As she searches for answers, Kai only finds more questions, especially regarding the blacksmith who can ignite her body like a flame, then douse it with ice in the next breath. And no one is what or who they appear to be in the kingdom of... Child, I don't know how to say that. I'll put it on the screen though. Including the man whose secrets might be as deadly as the land itself. This will be the first book I've ever read by this author, so hopefully there's more out there. I'm not sure if there's more on the back list or not. I love this cover, y'all. I'm not sure if there's more on her back list or not, but I can't wait to find out because this book is beautiful and I can't wait to read it. And then the last book is a very much so online favorite. The third book is coming out this month, actually. Am I gonna get it? I don't know yet because I really want to read this first one to see if I even like it before I buy the second one, because the second one is just as thick, if not thicker, than this one. But without further ado, I'm jumping on the Fourth Wing wave. I was gonna get the paperback because the paperback had the dragons on the edge, but I was just like, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and just get the hardcover because y'all know me and my dilemma with hardcovers. Y'all all know what Fourth Wing is about, so I'm not really gonna explain it to y'all. But it's about, they have quadrants, they're dragon riders. The dragons talk apparently and they're funny, and I can get down with that. So I'm gonna give this a try. We're gonna see what she's about. And I'm gonna do a reading vlog, hopefully on it, maybe, not sure yet. Y'all hype this book up though. It's been all over my For You page. They did I saw a TikTok where they were doing a silent library. They were doing a silent book club meeting. There's one actually coming up in my city and I can't wait. I think I'm gonna go. The problem is I'm gonna have to go by myself, and I don't want to go by myself. I don't have really bad social anxiety, but I do have a little bit of social anxiety when I'm by myself and when I'm somewhere new. And so I've never been to this place before, and I've never been to a silent book club meeting. But in the TikTok, they were at a silent book club reading, and she was asking everyone what they were reading. And everybody was either reading Fourth Wing or Iron Flame or something adjacent. So I can't wait to read this because it's been hyped up all over the internet. And it better be good, because it better be good as much as y'all hype this up. But I think it will be. I'm easily entertained. They said the dragons talk. That was all I needed to know. All right, you guys. So that is it for today's video, now that I've done this book haul, I'm probably gonna read some of these books because I wanted to wait before I jumped into the stack. I don't know where I'm gonna put these books at. I just thought about it because I'm all out of space right here. I can't stack nothing else. But yeah, that's it for today's video, you guys. Thank you for watching. Thank you guys again for 100 subscribers. We're almost at 150 already. So we getting there. Congratulations to the giveaway winner again. I hope you enjoy your books when you finally get them. And I think that's it. I hope you guys are having a great start to your new year. Hopefully y'all are not in a reading slump like I am, because it's kind of depressing when you want to read but you don't know what to read, and then what you are reading is just not hitting the way it's supposed to hit. But anyways, I'm gonna get out of here. I'm going to lay down and try to read. I'm currently trying to get through Assistant to the Villains. I think I'm almost halfway through it. I'm gonna get out of here. I'm gonna go eat some lunch, and then I'm gonna go see my man. So I'll see you guys in my next video. Thank you guys again so much. I can't say thank you enough, like, honestly. I really appreciate it. And yeah, I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.